What's up guys, Matt Bryers here with my awesome good buddy Leon, and today we're gonna work a lot on a front headlock series, pretty deep series that it's absolutely one of my favorites. I think from just a general fighting perspective, having good head control, standing, ground, doesn't matter. I'm convinced MMA, self-defense, jiu-jitsu, submission grappling, wrestling, having good head control gives you a lot of options for takedowns, chokes, etc. So that's what we'll really explore today and have a little fun with our front headlocks. Okay, first thing I want to work on is a snap down. Basically, this is just hand fighting. I'm getting used to being on my opponent's head, breaking their structure down, frustrating a little bit. I like this thought process in general when we're starting to just address a person standing in a pure grappling standpoint and self-defense too. That if I'm heavy on the head, if I always have something in my opponent's face that I'm frustrating him, I'm making it dragged out, that you're gonna get either a great option for yourself or they're gonna get frustrated and make a mistake, which you can capitalize on. So if Leon and I are fighting, first of all, I'm gonna take this from a grappling only. We're not gonna talk about throwing fists and punches right now. But my stance should be very similar to like a self-defense stance, right? I'm not gonna just be standing tall, engaged. I'm not gonna just be having my hands down or just hanging out. I'm gonna have my hands in an open position and I should be looking to start connecting to Leon, all right? So I'm gonna look for 3 major attacks to get a snap on the front head. First, I'm looking for my lead hand. And when I'm cupping, I look to get my edge of my hand at Leon's brainstem, and then I start dragging him out like a scoop. All right, and then pocket him in and then fall on his head. All right, right off the bat, I'll spin a little bit. Right off the bat, I'm trying to get a lot of pressure on that back of Leon's neck. Like my bicep and shoulder are trying to fold over right there. My hand is called like a chin strap underneath. This part of my hand is going almost right underneath his trachea, and my thumb is riding his jawline. I don't know if you guys can see that underneath. But basically, I'm trying to grab Leon's beard. My other hand is monitoring this arm. Okay, could be wrist control, inside elbow control, you know, tricep control. I'm not letting him have a free shot of my legs or trying to grab me, okay? And it's also really important that the side I have the front headlock on, I have to keep that leg back, all right? One, is allowing me to drop more pressure, but 2 is keep me safe from him just grab my leg and now turning into some other battle that I really don't want to get into, okay? So that was clubbing with our lead hand side. I also be heavy on the head and just pull down, snap down my right, bang. Again, just getting nice and tight on that arm, on the head and monitoring that arm. One of my favorites, I'm gonna have Leon do this too, is that if and I'm smart, I get used to having 2 hands on one, almost like a tie clinch, but a little bit higher, that if I can work with my hands, hand fighting, I get 2 on his head. Okay, so I'm just kind of like scooping, and it makes a great dunk. It makes a great snap down. When people get in trouble with this one, you kind of start reaching up for people's heads. And yes, absolutely, that's a free shot. So I approach it like anything else, my elbows are tight and I'm in, and I got 2 hands in one snap. Bam. Now they start attacking, have a little bit of fun, okay? So those are, for this particular part, your 3 major like hand fighting setups. Not major, there's other ones too, but great way to get a simple front headlock, and let's build it from there. Okay, let's start right from that snap down again, and let's just finish fight standing. Fuck going to the ground. Let's just hit a few quick guillotine chokes right off the bat, and I hit like 3 of my favorites, all right? So first, here we are again, I hit my snap, and now into my chin strap. So all I'm gonna do is monitor or just mirror my hands, okay? My 4 fingers are now gonna cup the bottom. Once I do that, I just hip and belly down. That's it. It's a quick, short choke, okay? I have to keep my chest over a little bit. So my chest and shoulders stay over, I bring my hips in and up. All right, that's what makes it work. I'm not doing this. That's what people gotta get in trouble. They try to pull up on that head and it pops right out, okay? So when you're here, you get nice and tight, bing, right? And I feel like I'm trying to roll that under his jaw and right into under his neck, and it's a nice tight choke. I don't want to beat Leon too much because the front head does have a lot of chokes, but that's our first one. Just kind of almost a standard guillotine, you know, boom, nice and tight. Okay, second one. All right, this is like a standard high elbow guillotine where you grab your wrist, you pull, try to fold over. Works great, okay? I saw this script out in Extreme Couture Vegas that they flipped the hand, inverted the hand, and I thought this thing was fucking great. One of my MMA guys won his first fight this way, and I think it's a cool, slick grip that allows me to have a lot more high elbow approach and really get my opponent down. So we're here, I'm making sure I monitor his shoulder and flip my hand. Once I flip my hand, pull it through and fold. And it's a nice, dirty, not dirty, it's a slick choke. And I feel the mechanic, once you make your grip, You gotta pull that elbow in deep. Then try to fold it over your back, and then don't try to touch your elbows together. And the hand position allows you to do that compared to that traditional guillotine grip. I have a really hard time kind of getting that pure high elbow feel where I'm folding over, but this one makes it much easier. So one more time on this one, I'm snap, boom, flip my hand, pull it through, roll it over, and it sucks a big, bloodshot eyes, red face, we're doing a good job. Okay, one more, kind of another version of this, but a little cranky and choky same time. I got my snap, and I'm gonna post to the shoulder. I post to the shoulder, then I get my hand on top of my wrist. And then I just drive my fingers around my wrist forward. That's it, so I'm kind of just doing this. All right, another important detail, I have to make sure my chest stays on top. If I do this, I just pull this head right up. So I'm on top, post the shoulder, and just roll it in. All right, and it's a crank, it's a choke. It's just a lot of fun, that one. So those are 3 major chokes from, I would say, and there's other ones too, from standing. Let's now bring Leon to the ground. Actually, I'll have him bring me to the ground. We'll start attacking the rear naked choke from a snap down. All right, I'm gonna start off and demonstrate this flow. I'm gonna use the snap him down, drag him out, and then take his back and choke. But I'm gonna have Leon do this flow against me because I think it's pretty applicable. If he can do a good job of getting my knees to the ground, me being a bigger guy, it's much easier, I think, for him to then start taking my back. So let's walk it through. And we're hand fighting again, and I have Leon use a 2-on-1 snap. And so when we get to 2-on-1 snap, this is great for a big guy, especially if the big guy starts hanging his head a little bit, that he's not just, being smart and tall, that he starts hanging his head, maybe looking for a shot, that Leon feels that head down, he gets dunked, bam, snap him right in, all right? Now, when I want to get I gotta get his knees to the ground, so I take a little circle step to my right, and as I do, I'm gonna tap at the back of Leon's arm, and then drop my shoulder down and stay off my knees. Boom. Okay, I should be pinning him to the ground. Very important. I like to think I'm trying, I know I don't have great hamstring flexibility, but I think of myself, I'm trying to make an A-frame, where my shoulder is driving into the back of Leon's skull. I'm on my toes, my butt is in the air, so I feel like I have all this driving energy. Very important, okay? There are guys who have people talk to me chest on chest, that's good. I feel that if I'm on my toes and driving right in the base of Leon's spine, locking him into that front head, that I have more mobility and more control over my partner. So I'm here, and now I'm driving in and just spiking him to the ground. I have to monitor this arm. If I don't monitor this arm and try to spin, Leon grabs my legs, and now I'm gonna hold a battle that I didn't wanna be in. So, 2 ways we monitor. Hand here, replace the knee. Now hand comes to the hip, work myself around to the back, okay? So, important here, I don't hang an arm. If I hang an arm, he grabs me, hits forward roll, and now I'm in trouble, okay? So, when we have control, one of the ways I like to be, cup the hip, very wrestling oriented, hip to hip, so he carries my weight. I like having his foot off the ground so I'm feeling immobile, and then I'm monitoring his elbow, all right? Now I wanna attack, I bring my knee into the hole, all right? I know, so we'll tighten up a little bit for me. Elbows in, there we go. A lot of times guys are gonna really defend that foot in, and I have big feet, so it's kind of hard for me to jam my feet in there, but I can use my knee as a wedge. So when I make my switch, I get my knee in and wedge Leon's arms, okay? My knee drive down is gonna be stronger. My right hand attack for seatbelt grip right off the bat, but I love this pry grip. So I'll now make sure my hand is under his armpit, pry down, and then get palm up, palm down, and roll my body and drive his head to his feet. Wrist control, 1 hook, peel, 2 hook, and as I peel out, I'm now looking for control of his shoulder, okay? 3 major chokes. 1, like a short choke, forehead to forehead, I pull my elbow to my hip, okay? 2, gable grip, elbows in. 3, left hand rides. My right hand goes to my bicep, left hand to my shoulder, and squeeze, okay? So those 3 again. We're here, 1, 2, and 3. Now my students asked a question this week I thought was awesome. What happens if they put their chin down and you can't get your chin in there? Just break his face. Not being mean, but it's his choice to put his chin down there. There's a joint there, and connected to that joint, and so now you can just hit the nice break there as well. All right, your turn now. Good, red face, bloodshot eyes, we're doing well. All right, so he hits that two-handed snap. Boom. Yep, drags me out. Catch him back. And knee in, tie me out. And then, oh, that's good, it's tight. Here was 1, 2, 3. And if I try to protect myself, 4. Here. That's good. Yep. Oh, it's close to the back. Can be better.
This one?
Yeah, that's better. Let's now move on to some knee picks and ankle picks off the front head, which I absolutely love. All right, let's look at 2 picks. I love these, so it works my length really well. So I like, we're going to attack both a knee pick and a cross-side ankle pick, and they work really well together, right? Let's start off now with a clear to front headlock. Let's say both Leon and I engage in a single collar tie battle. Now, just a quick thought. If I have a single collar tie battle, I believe I'm a strength and straight battle. Like, this to me is just trying to prove who's stronger, prove who's like can muscle around each other. This is not really a strong, I think, offensive position. Yes, there are things we can do, and I will set like trips and stuff off this, but if you are going with an equal size opponent or different, if I'm going with Leon, right, I have some size on him. If I just engage in who engages me in a collar tie battle, no, the strong guys will win. So we have to, we think like in the beginning, we were hand fighting a lot to make sure that we were not engaging this. But if you do get engaged, and say you are the smaller person, you should be quickly looking to disengage and clear his strong collar tie. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And what I like to do is just simple rushing. So this is something that confuses people. Make it pretty simple. I drop an arm, okay? Now I shrug my shoulder into his forearm. I'm spinning. Once I shrug, I think about throwing a left hook with my shoulder, whipping my hips, and then my hand's gonna come off, catch his wrist. I should now have a C grip, and then very important, I fold my body in, forehead to chin, and I'm getting my left shoulder behind Leon, right? This is where the pressure is. Has nothing to do with wrist control, okay? It does, excuse me, but I'm not, you can think more so that I make this connection here. Now I have a good bite. Now, when I wanna start getting out of the front headlock, and I take my hand, a little circle step, and start thinking about bringing Leon's hand down the ground. Now, I don't do it first, and this does actually work. I can circle and drive him down. And from there, maybe I could take it back. If I get him this low, I'm gonna snap in to my front headlock and then work to the back. But since we wanna hit some knee picks and ankle picks, same thing kind of happens. This is a little more realistic. I clear into my Russian, I circle, but I just get a little stutter. So now I snap into my front headlock. I add that rotation. Now I'll do a little hop again. So we'll say on front head, I circle a bit, bam. Now the knee's nice and close to me. So I connect the kneecap, or if I can to the Achilles, but I almost get a false grip, or it's like a tendon grip. And then I think about dropping my left knee to his toes, clamping, and then power throw him away with my right hand. So here, collar tie, Russian. It's a little drag out, into my front head, circle step. Now this ankle came a little closer, boom, and land. One more time. Boom. Okay, let's hit that ankle pick, the ankle pick off that our front head. So we use a Russian, whatever. We used a Russian tie earlier to set it up, but right from here, I'm gonna hit that same circle step to bring Leon's leg close to me. Boom. But I attack and he backsteps. Pause right there. So now I think about very important. Now I try pulling up on his head and try to get my head in the hole. Ankle pick, drive. Keep the ankle. Ride it forward, keep the head, and then you get a nice little slick one-handed guillotine choke. Collar tie, drag him out, front head, hit that pin, yes sir. Maybe he just didn't take a big step to me, kind of just put it back a little bit, and that's just out of my range. Still the same thing. Boom. Up and in. The ankle pick, especially, it has a lot of dropping energy. So I really have to get my body out of the way. I'm not dropping my right knee to his foot, left hand to his Achilles. Boom. Pull. Here. Clear. Circle. Boom. Attack. Down. Boom. Here, right? All right, so another way I like to set up front headlock is either off an underhook or off an overhook, and I'll go over both of those. But both of them start with a club that I am going to club with my right hand pushing to his right. I look for an overhook. If I underhook, if I start clubbing the other way, I look for an overhook. So first, boom, this is my first club, right? And if I can, I'm gonna pull him back a little bit and circle in. That snakes my underhook. If I'm smart, I'm still on his head, roll it in, then I'm in my front headlock. This is a great technique for what I call a cement mixer. It's not what I call it, it's an old wrestling technique, where I'm gonna step forward my left. To step forward my left, my right elbow is gonna drop, left elbow is gonna come up, then swivel back step my right. Then I come down in that same one-handed guillotine choke. All right, so we're here, hand fighting, moving. I club, snake my underhook, excuse me, right to snap. Now, step, step, boom. Hand fighting, head fighting. I get a little bit of club. And a lot of times too, when they club, they're gonna come back in, and I'm waiting to snake that underhook, all right? If I'm smart, still on the head. If he pulls his head up, I like to frame on the inside, okay? If I frame on the inside, right, you have to be quick with this. As they pull that head up, you have to switch, okay? Now I use that frame to ride him back in to his front headlock, or a little bonus technique. If I got his head really down low, I flip the hand, a head push takedown. I'll do that one again, that's kind of a fun one. So here, boom. Now here, I'm trying to follow the cameraman, he's trying to follow me. Now, if I come in here, I keep my hand here, I just flip it. Look at my hand, right to the base of his skull. I start walking my feet to the right, circle, and then right knee on belly. Or we'll go back to our cement mixer, hand fighting, club, whoop, snap down, step, step, and so much fun. You guys don't get that already. I fucking love front headlock. We've been doing a lot of front headlock, and class is starting to get going too. So we're gonna finish up. I have a couple more left. Our overhook to Uchimata, the front headlock. One of my favorite setups to get a front headlock. So now I club my right hand to get my underhook. Now I'm gonna club my left hand and fold over, almost bait my back a little bit, okay? As he reaches in, I'm then gonna snag my overhook, or same exact thing. I club, I start folding my shoulder in, okay? If his hand's in front, we're right back to a Russian, okay? So I have to be very aware of when I'm doing this. I'm clubbing, now my left leg has to stay on the outside. I'm folding in, but I'm keeping my left leg back. I don't want to bring it in front of him, then I'm very vulnerable, all right? So, my club, boom, tackle that shoulder. He smartly puts his hand behind me, as he should, okay? Now I have my overhook with a strong balance break. Wrist control if I need it. If not, I'm just gonna set up my Uchimata. And I can try to go for it, but really, I just want to stumble him. So, boom, there comes that head, and right back to my front headlock, okay? Okay, so again, we're gonna club with our left, boom, fold in, get that overhook control, then I attack my Uchimata. Once I get in here, all right, I'm gonna work to beat this hand. So I'm gonna come in, my edge of my hands come right on his tricep, I get my hands together. Now I'm gonna have a little fun, we're gonna do rolling Anaconda choke. I'm gonna bring my head through the whole roll, Leon comes over. So I have to pinch and be very tight here. Now just slide my hands in. Now I crunch my belly and start walking my feet. Now I'll finish it off. Do this from the ground as well, but fuck, it's so much fun doing it standing because you make me do a fun roll. So here we go, club, bam, fold in. Wrist control, if I don't need it, it's fine. Here, beat the hand, hit and roll. Stay nice and tight, snake it in, and finish. One more time. You're here, club, pull it in. Wrist control, Uchimata. Break the grip, roll it in, walk, tighten it up, and then finish. All right, so let's hit one last one off a tackle. And there's a few things we can do off this. Let's just have a cool one, Sumi Gaeshi. So, Leon, is for a double leg or a tackle. Go ahead, so then, and pause right here. This is very quickly where we have to react, all right? So I have to get my left leg back, all right? Now, there's two ways we can approach it. I could throw this left leg back and turn my hands down, okay? And then get my front headlock. I could also throw this leg back, turn my hips forward, and get my front headlock, okay? I see it taught both ways. Honestly, instinctually, okay, I tend to do this. I turn away from it, drop that shoulder hard into his elbow, and it's like I'm punching the ground. A down block in wrestling, okay? And I feel stronger if I try to bring that hip, shoulder in and back, compared to trying to square up with him. And so that makes sense, okay? I see a lot of people that do this in the beginning. They throw the leg back, they kind of square up. It's easy for him to start cutting, driving me back this way. But off my sprawl, I drop back, boom, turn in, very hard for him to take that corner. Now all I'm gonna do is get our hands together, sit, do a forward roll, back and roll. As I roll over, I weave my hand in and finish with that choke. So again, Leon takes that shot, boom, sit, whoop, right over, and choke. One more time. Boom. Thank you guys for watching our series on Front Headlock. I touched upon a good portion of it, probably a lot more. And yeah, try to subscribe too. And thanks for watching. Goose.